Good night, good morning, good evening, salutations. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm making this video to shed some light, possibly hurt some feelings in the process. I get it. Your vote doesn't matter. I'm going to explain to you why. I'm making this in regards to the people who think voting changes everything. It don't. What it changes is locally, not nationally. But some of y'all won't know this. With the likes of Cardi B, T.I., Killer Mike, and so forth speaking for you. Those fools are not, I repeat, they are not the spokespeople for blacks. Hell, Cardi B isn't even black, like at all. Bruh, her real name can't even be pronounced. If you can pronounce her name, nigga, help me with it. But come on, let's go ahead and break this down. The Electoral College controls who's elected as president. Since 1964, there's been 538 electors in each presidential election. Excuse me. I bet you're asking yourself, where did you get 538 from? Who are these electors? Well, Sharkeisha, thanks for asking. I'm about to tell you. That 538 comes from the total voting membership of the United States Congress. 435 representatives, 100 senators, that's 2 per state, and 3 representatives from the District of Columbia. That's 435, that's 103. That makes 538. Got it? Good. So, are you a member of Congress? Of course not. So far, so good in regards to proving my point. So, half of that would be 270, correct? Good. Stay with me. The concept of the presidential campaign is for the candidate running to obtain a high margin of electoral college votes. So basically, if there's 2 candidates, they need at least 51% of Congress or over 270 electoral votes on their side to win. Did I lose you yet? No? You still with me? Cool. So, what determines a state's electoral college vote? Well, that's a great question, little Jamar Quavius. Allow me to tell you. Each state gets a certain number of electoral college votes based upon population. The census that takes place every so often adheres to that factor. So, depending on if your state is up or down in population, your electoral college votes would increase or decrease. For example, peep this out. As it stands right now, to my knowledge, due to population, Texas has 38 electoral college votes. Remember, every state gets 2 senators. So Texas has 2 senators and 36 electoral voters. So that makes their electoral college amount 38. Got it? Florida has 29. New York has 29, if I'm not mistaken. California has, Jesus Christ, 55. So that means 53 electoral college votes and the normal 2 senators. Now again, population. My state, Louisiana, has electoral college of 8. That's our 2 senators plus 6 voters. So that makes it to be only 8. Not all that big of a population down here. Hell, Alaska has 3. Nigga, 3. The 2 senators and 1 measly vote. Now, to piggyback off that, There are, in fact, states with electoral college votes who primarily vote for a certain side, Republican or Democrat. Those are what's called safe states. Now, there is another thing called swing states. These states vote either or. They're fairly neutral for the most part. So it's usually up to the nominated person to win said states. Now, you see why they campaign so hard in certain states, because if the person wins these states, the number of electoral votes drastically increases, thus increasing their chances to win the presidency. Now, I bet you're thinking, so what is your point? Where does my vote fall into this factor? Well, here it is. Your vote, my vote, whoever vote, falls under what's called the popular vote. The Electoral College votes are not, I repeat, are not legally obligated to vote Democrat or Republican based on the state's popular vote. Remember, some states' electoral colleges are strictly Democratic and some are Republican. So boom, that's that. So therefore, the reason why an electoral college, basically Congress, is used as opposed to the popular vote, which is you and me, is because, example, if Joe Biden campaigned hard as hell and went hard in the paint in the South with a little bit of the West Coast, but Trump only focused on the North and the East Coast, Biden would win the presidency hands down, solely because of population. How fair would that be for a president to literally only be represented by one or two regions of the country? Doesn't sound fair at all, right? So the Electoral College, in hindsight, makes it fair because he or she would have to campaign or win over a state, as opposed to just that entire state's popular vote voting for a said president. Unless that particular state's Electoral College vote is strictly Republican or Democrat. Remember, the safe states. So, do you get it now? Unless you are upon that number of people who have that power to vote, your vote doesn't matter. Because why? Your vote is among the popular vote. Presidents aren't elected off the popular vote. They're elected from winning the majority of the Electoral College votes. Your vote only matters locally. Mayor, governor, district attorney, judges, hell, the sheriff. Stop with these voting campaigns. Translate that same energy to, cleaning up your neighborhoods, getting drug dealers and gangs off the streets, promoting some of our youth to be cops so they can help be the change in the communities instead of going to the military, promoting youth to go to college, have safe sex, hell, even promote abstinence, god damn it, maybe even birth control. Shall I continue? Promoting voting, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your breath. And that's real. But y'all gonna let Joe Biden sit up here and give Cardi B, of all people, more time of an interview than he gave the Breakfast Club. You know why? Because the majority of people who support Cardi B is that ignorant percentage he wants and who Democrats feed off of. Remember, Biden is the same man who, with Bill Clinton, locked up the majority of our black families. And Kamala Harris, she ain't no better. Bruh, I laid out the facts. Look it up yourself if you don't want to hear from me. But I get it if you don't want to hear from me. I get it. I'm only dropping knowledge bombs. And the truth hurts. Y'all be cool? I'm out this thing, bruh.
Given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a